All right. All right, let's get into it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh, oh. Okay, there we go. Welcome, 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 everyone. Back to Ace Attorney Apollo Justice Trilogy. All right. When we last left off, I actually don't remember when we last left off. We were at Prosecutor Gavin's. We looked at stuff. Oh, look, there's a gun. Oh, it's probably from the case. Huh, interesting. The guitar case was broken, burnt. Got it as a present from La Mirror. And he had it shipped back from Virginia in a vacuum sealed case. Kinda sad how it ended up. Not to mention there was an igniter placed just inside the sound hole. I wish I knew why. I wish I knew why too. Why the sudden silence, Juicy? Oh, I'm sorry. It's nothing. Just wondering, wouldn't it be cool if that replica just happened to vanish? Ah, the young magician. Through this simple disappearance would kind of lack punch. What if it hatched into a dove or a person dressed like a dove? Bruh. I love her. Okay, the reason why I love her is like, I like her naivete. I think we could leave now, right? Let's go. Machi isn't questioning you still? Okay. Thank you so much for napping, Brad. You'll just have to come back later if you want to see him. Okay. Sample. It says sample. Keep people from eating it by mistake. Manufacture sample toys when you can't afford the real thing. Hey, yo. Oh, you know what? What if we get what if we show La Mirror there, that thing? Oh. Oh, hey Emma. We came out a good time. Hey, hello there, Emma. Either of you know where La Mirror is? No, I mean, I was about to go look for her. Yeah, that's strange. What's strange? I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. La Mirror is missing. It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah, we'll help you look for her. Right. Right. No one knows that she actually can see, but the boy can't. This place is deserted. I can't help worry about her a little. Yeah, same. What's in here? Did we check what's in here? The miraculous beautiful girl escapes the case illusion. Okay, but let's go inside the dressing room for each of them. Maybe we'll have something. Nope. What about the stage? Ah! Hello there! July 9. The stage is pitch dark. I wonder why. Power breaker must be off for the section. Oh my god! Dark. That's all La Mirror has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness? Doesn't something about the stage seem different to you? Does it? Something's changed. I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me. What's she talking about? Well, this guitar case is open. I mean, it has something. Wasn't that open before? Yeah, let's open it. Look where the case closes, there's fabric. What do you don't think it's a dead body, do you? Take her directly to the hospital. Just clung to my arm and cried. I'm sure she's still alive, right? 2 bodies in 2 days is too many. How's Lamar? Is she okay? They found her before it was too late. Good. That's good to hear. She's still alive. So what happened? Someone attacked her? She was struck on the forehead? We don't know. They hit her on the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. Yes, she's blind. Remember? Mr. Attorney, you were the one who found me? Yes. We found you. Okay, you were attacked. It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I just sensed someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room, you were hit. I knew that very moment. I knew. The assailant was trying to kill me. It was lucky for me the first blow did not knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me. I could hear footsteps. Yes, I reached the stage first. Why the stage? I had overheard maintenance people talking. The part of the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work. Darkness is my ally. There was a contrabass case near the stage. That is where I hid, so the assailant couldn't see you. Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. Yeah. Do you have any idea who it was? Fortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Yet, when I considered that I was struck high on the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. Good point. Good point. You're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo. It was likely an adult and probably a man. To shut her up. The detective asked me this too. And to her, I gave the same answer. I do not know. Okay, do you have any idea what this is? I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is? This is what Mr. Letus was carrying it. It's a replica of a thing he was after. He was after? You know, in his secret identity. As an undercover agent. So that's what he was doing. You mean, you know what? Yes, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or rather, a convincing replica thereof. What is that again? A Borginian cocoon? I don't know. Why would you be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir? I wonder. Can you talk to us more about this Borginian cocoon? Well, it's a cocoon, so it's like silk. Silk moth? It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know of these. It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it? I do not know the details, I'm sorry to say. Oh. They just know of them. About the cocoon, though. Something all in Borginia know. The cocoons, they are not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they will be put to death. Oh, shit! Yeah, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there's a good reason. It's just a piece of plastic. He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess, yeah. Tracking down Virginian cocoon smuggling. Yeah, I think so too. He was tracking down, it seems I was marked for death. Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world. You could have brought those Virginian cocoons with you. On my trips, yes, that was probably the suspicion. And Mr. Letus was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Virginia is a small, sheltered country. I don't know. Not many of our people venture into... Yeah, I guess. Is that why they suspected you? But Mr. Letus wasn't a Virginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means... There must be some reason why Virginia doesn't want the cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved. Maybe it's poison. Maybe the Borginian cocoons have lethal doses of poison in them. There's one other person I need to talk to. To her? Emma? It is within my power. I need an interpreter, someone who speaks Borginian. Would you come with us if you're well enough? We're going to talk to we're gonna go talk to this kid, the kiddo. Machi. We came to talk to you about the case. Oh, right. Machi's the one who can actually see. La Mirror is the actual blind one. I forgot. Could you interpret for us, La Mirror? Yes. Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Scissors, key, I don't know. Deer, leaf. I wish they used an actual language. That'd be cool. Or maybe they did use, like, not an actual language, but a cryptogram. You can see, right? I was completely fooled myself. Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney, what do you mean by secret? What do I mean by secret? Well... If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Hey, you got a reaction, a big one! Machi, you didn't... Truce and I are trained to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one. Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is all about. Lemuror, please interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution and have them look into it. He asked you to wait, do not be so hasty. Machi, come on, buddy. You need to tell us. Hey, that's a question. Wait, that's funny. There's a hieroglyph shaped like a question mark. Do you know everything? Yes, everything. Well, sort of. Heavens, tell us about it. Very well. Give us the cocoon. What is this cocoon anyway? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. Oh. A cure. It must cure some disease. It's a cure for incuritis. That's funny. Incuritis? Incurable-itis? A cure for incuritis? But if it's a cure, why keep it in Borginia like that? Wait, didn't the judge say something about the Chief Justice's son having incuritis? Just think of all the lives they could save by sharing the medicine. But that's their only gamble. That's their only bargaining chip, you know? If it's a small sheltered country and the cocoon is a very potent cure, then that would be their only... That's plot disease, exactly. Then that would mean, like... It would be their bargaining chip. If people had incuritis, then they would have to turn towards, hey, Plastic, how are you? Where was it? Like, then they could use that as a bargaining chip to get more money to increase the wealth of the country. But if they just straight up gave it out to people, then bigger countries are just gonna take advantage of that small country. Oh, okay, well, at least we know what it is, a cure. And Mr. Letus was after cocoon smugglers. Wait, was Machi? Machi, you weren't... He couldn't be a smuggler, he's so little. Well, you're only 15 and you're sort of a magician, aren't you? You know, I don't know. Well, that's true. I'm sort of a magician. She says sort of. Oh, to copy out that security camera tape. Security camera tape? Wait, she had a... We had a security camera tape? For what? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. First he plays blind, now he plays dumb? I wonder, do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Machi really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale? I can't go home. Can't go home? Yeah, he'll be put to death. I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. Yeah, capital punishment. Sheesh! About the case. What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Latus's death? This meeting's over. Uh-oh. I think Darian? What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call from Machi from the Borginian embassy. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. I think he's the one who killed the... I'm starting to believe that he's the one who killed the Interpol agent. Darian, wait. I never liked you. Either of you. What? You didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. Yeah, and there can be only one reason why.
And then
oh, Matt! Matt on guard! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Napper's Condo. I hope you have a great nap. Yeah. Why is everyone ignoring me? Oh, sorry. I know who I'm after now. That happens tomorrow in court. Yeah. It's definitely Darian. Who killed, Miss... Latus. Romaine Oh, right. Hey, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Hello. Oh, by the way, just to remind y'all, our victim's name is Romaine Lettuce. His name is Romaine Lettuce. I can't believe Darian would kill Romaine Lettuce. Well, this is it. Today's the day all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting is over. Sorry. How are you doing, by the way? How was your weekend? Happy Monday. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. It's a flashback. Either you don't like us, either of us, then you are against the truth. He could have killed him with a knife. At least we would have called it a salad. No, but then his name would have been named Caesar, bro. That's why we couldn't kill him with a knife. He had to be shot. They would have to rename him Caesar. Oh. Did someone get shot? He is heard but unseen. Oh. Hey, Grammary. Are you witness? A preposterous proposition. How could I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Oh, with vanishing magic? Indeed, I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand grammar resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. A glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell. And there he goes. Sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. The illusions are the bread and butter of a magician, yeah. Can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually, it involves cutting up things like people or elephants. Or the Eiffel Tower, or anything, really. We are tonight! We steal the moon! So he's talking about what we saw at the concert. Lemuroy's disappearing act. And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it being the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Yes, we shall. Excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. What? Huh? Did something happen? This is a first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Late last night too, watching courtroom dramas. Dude, I fucking love courtroom dramas. They're so cool. They're so fun. You know the biggest courtroom drama that I've ever seen? The Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp case. That was basically a courtroom drama. It was like actually the foolish blundering bad guys taking up the all-star team of good guys and then just eating shit that Amber Heard took on the bed. Apparently, he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? That was an okay. That was an actual commentation. Exactly. It was so fucking funny to watch. It was like they had no grounds of like even like making objections, and they like I know the okay. So here's the thing. They know that their objections are bullshit. Like 90% of the objections that they've made were bullshit objections, but they did that on purpose. It's a common tactic in law. When one lawyer is revving up and asking questions that is harmful for your case, you put in tactical objections through the cross examination, so that it derails their thoughts. Unfortunately, Johnny Depp's team was ace, bro. Apparently, his condition worsened considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it in the newspaper. Incuritis, see? Oh, have you seen the one show where they get one guy in the courtroom and every other person is a paid actor including the judge? Is that Leverage? That sounds like something straight out of Leverage. If you care to read about it yourself. Incuritis, where have I heard that before? Oh man. Just leave the DV guide page to me. Try not to lose a page with the funniest if you can. Speaking of Leverage, that's my guilty pleasure show. Oh man, it's been a long time since I watched it, but like I binge watched that shit when it was available on Netflix a long time ago. My apologies for the delay. I haven't seen it, but I saw a clip of it and it's hilarious. Okay, it's not gonna say anything more. There's lightly scorched, and then there's this. It's burned clean through. Yep, it's pretty much a useless piece of junk. It's kind of like you after a trial, Apollo. Which part, the burn clean through or the useless piece of junk? What the fuck? What was the name of the show? I don't know. You tell me. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say this name again? Machitobe. Or Machitobaye. Our suspect Fortissimo. Right. It's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Yeah, it's ready to rock. Rock? Something wrong, Your Honor. No, well, yes. Jury duty, oh. It's just, I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there's no known cure. Herr Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed, we left at quite the juncture yesterday. I asked Interpol about that number. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Letus. Thanks for looking, Detective Present. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it! Yo, the rats celebrating another one, but they're back. Wait! It was him. I am sure of it. It was him. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Letus when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darien. No way! Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darien would guest star in a season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court you're fighting. Derek Crescent is a member of my band, the Gaviners. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case file or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Hair Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaviners ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guests took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, along with drummer, bassist for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Lamirora and the defendant Machi Tobai had left the stage at that point, and the Gaviners were already robbed. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Sky, mind you. And Apollo, you heard them too, right? I sure did. Furthermore, Lamirora herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime, when she claims to have heard Mr. Letus and Detective Crescent talking. But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was... Precisely, Detective Crescent was on stage getting his groove on, no less. Voila. A perfect alibi. The defense have anything to add to this? Because it happened during the second act. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darren Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged, which means that Lamirora was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true. Very well, of course, if we were just to disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections... Uh-oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now... Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamirora might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in detention center? About the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Letus's... This meeting's over. Oh, right. Macho was trying to tell us something, I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him, under oath. Hold it!
Objection!
Objection! Your Honor. Marquis, or... Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do. The defense called defendant Machi Tobaye to the stand. What? What? But he doesn't speak English. We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as I love you and where's the toilet. The defense would like to request Lamirora as the interpreter. Lamirora? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. That's true. But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? This is most unusual. Bravo, Head Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamirora lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that. Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for a refusal. Hell yeah. Let's boogie. suppose there's a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with, if you would, Lemuro. He says Machidobaya, the defendant. This certainly is a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular. Very well. Mr. Justice, if you would. What? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about? I want him... Bruh, just... Apollo, come on. Don't know what he was saying. If I might speak. Just now, Machi said there was something about which he wishes to testify. What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. Yes, I forgot I was a lawyer. What? According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. What? Nani? This is surprising. Let's go. If it's too good to be true, then it is too good to be true. Talk to us, Machi. Maybe take off your sunglasses. We know you're not blind. He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock, but if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, that is, he could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. That's fair. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. By proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lemuro to know the meaning of that song. Did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him, generally, what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Lemuro may be connected. Well, yeah, let's do the cross-examination. It feels so weird that the prosecutor doesn't get to cross-examine. Let me ask some questions. We're watching listeners close together.
Objection!
Lemuro, this is Machi's cross-examination, not yours. I need the answer. Yeah, but you're an interpreter. Yeah. No. I agree with Prosecutor Gavin here, though. You are here as an interpreter. You are not to give testimony on behalf of the witness. It is against the rules, quote unquote, I guess. Like, no. I agree with Gavin on this one. Machi says he was very good friends with Mr. Latus. Mr. Latus was always a great gentleman, never angry. We also got along quite well. Never dreamed something like this would happen. But the killing truly followed the lyrics of the song. Could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. Wouldn't it be difficult for him to perform without knowing the meaning of the lyrics? He didn't know what the song was about, its mood, shall we say. This was enough to play by. I told him it was a song about a guitar in love. Not actually the guitar that's in love? It's not actually the guitar that's in love, strictly speaking? Oh, perhaps I misunderstood. Oh, yours is also a valid interpretation. That's my fault. I am too used to singing in Borginian. It's much easier than trying to understand these English lyrics. Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. Okay. Let me, because this is the only way. Oh. His eyes, probably. It's probably not here, but... Yeah. Let me perceive his eyes here. In this statement. Okay, not this one. But we'll hear it again. Okay. I guess it's not this. Let's pass.
Hold it!
Oh wait, I didn't mean to hold it. The crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me. Yeah, I mean, okay, so Brad, you were a little bit late. You're a little bit late to the party, but in the concert, the gimmick was that La Mirror sings, and Machi is a blind pianist. But in reality, Machi is actually the one who could see, and La Mirror is the one who's blind. Okay, it's not this one. Let me press on it though.
Hold it!
But I could not have done it, you mean? It is very simple. Machi could not have done all the things that happened that day. For all those things, followed the song lyrics closely. Okay. That because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. I think he does. Wait. If this is the only one, then he does understand English. Oh right, he does. I think he did understand English.
Gotcha!
Machi, you can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment La Mirror said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. Must he continue the charade? Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned a name for this language, that is all. What? Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple, so simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the paper. The newspaper. In this country, but it says nothing. It does not mention the lyrics of La Mirror's ballad. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland. They're quite fierce all of a sudden. Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he is lying!
Take that!
I have here a Borginian newspaper, the Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this all about? I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. Got him! What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So, the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. The witness will explain himself. Machi says, yes. It is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember? He says he heard of the lyrics from me. What? Is this true, Lamiror? Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself. Seems so, yes. It was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. Mr. Justice, are you finished with the cross-examination? No. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well, witness. I understand. It was I who explained the crime and followed that song. He just pulled out the I know speak English. It was I who explained... I guess it's... I have to press this.
Hold it!
What did you tell him exactly? He explained to... Yeah. This is a question for me, yes? I told him that Mr. Lettuce has been killed and why he was a suspect. I told him the crimes of that day follow my song. Did you mention any particular words of the song related to the case, such as heart? Yes, of course I explained this. He was quite surprised. I believe he is too, Trucy. I do. Oh, wait. He does not fully understand them. Okay, he didn't... Dude, he's so... the fact that they don't blink scares me.
Hold it!
Wouldn't it be difficult for him to perform without knowing the meaning of lyrics? He didn't know about the song... Okay. Guitar and Love. Okay. Explain the crime, followed the song. It was I who explained the crime, followed the song.
Objection!
No? Okay. Okay, I guess not. I was like... My bad. Okay. Crime, follow the song. Crime, follow the song. What if... Wait. Ah! It was her! It was her who lying! She lying!
Gotcha!
La Mirror, I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Me? Uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you. La Mirror, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. La Mirror, you're protecting.
Take that!
You're protecting Machi. La Mirror, you're protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it, really, I trust you. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have La Mirror lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English, you have to. Ah! Witness, this is true. Do you understand English? Yes, a little, only. What? At first he could see, now he could talk. And you did not know about this, La Mirror? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness hiding? This is last. Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting! I did no shooting! So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard the 2 gunshots, correct? Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk. Manager, he on the floor. Which would be after the shooting, right? Then there's voice. Voice or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Lettuce has already been shot. And then we came to the door. Panel high up. I take off. Run away, run away. So it's you who escaped through that air vent. As the prosecutor has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has amended to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession?
Objection!
No! He's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor, already on floor.
Objection!
The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's climbed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? Yes! Yes, we are revealing the smuggling. Machi, please, tell us the truth for your own sake. No, no more speak. Not to any of you. So much for your precious trust, Air Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It doesn't seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. Apollo, Eustace. That's justice. Eustace! Believe I no shooting. I believe you. Trap, he walked right into it? Yeah. Suddenly I hear revolver close, very close. Then I hear voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Lutusa already dead, and then you heard shots? So, you were at the scene of crime when you heard those shots? And you escaped through the air vent? I know. What do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? Is that what he means? Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Yeah, huh. Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that? Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall. No. I hear this from a magician. Magician? A magician, huh? You mean Grammari? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then we heard the shots? That one's going to go with one, not. That's what Daddy always told me. Yeah. You're sure you won't testify? No talking, no. That cocoon. Then you won't. Getting a cocoon from Virginia's death. Right. Right. Well, wait, I got up for a second. What happened? What did he say? So... He smuggled the cocoons. I mean, but he hasn't admitted it yet. We're gonna make him admit it. He was hiding. He went inside the vent, and that goes from stage to backstage. And he learned that from Zach. What's his name? Valent Grammari. Someone else. And he said that at the scene of the crime, Mr. Lettuce was already dead, but he still heard gunshots. But now back in session. Have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes. We had a good talk. Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn this case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle. If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, La Mirror.
Objection!
What are you up to now? La Mirror was taken to hospital yesterday with injuries. She was assaulted, Your Honor. Someone wanted La Mirror dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. Prosecutor Gavin, why would anyone be out to kill La Mirror? Can you think of a reason? Think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Lettuce. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. So am I to understand that this is what you are saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in La Mirror's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover. Exactly. If La Mirror was attacked, this has serious implications. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. Court will hear La Mirror's testimony once more! Haha! La Mirror, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Darian Crescend, yes? That is correct, at which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there. Bruh. You can't just say that in a court of law, man. Yes, please testify once more, and I think I know what happened. Chat. Okay, here's what I think happened. So she was. I wonder if you guys can see my mouse. Oh, okay, you guys can see my mouse. So, what happened is, what's his name? Darian and Lettuce were in dressing room number 1 while set 2 was going on. La Mirror was doing her magic trick where she went on Valen's magic trick where she went down here under the stage, went through dressing room 2 and dressing room 1 while she was singing. Still, she heard the shots from the vent, but she still had to keep singing and went up here. And I think I know exactly when it happened too. So if you look at the lyric sheet, sugar, sugar, oh that night in your embrace, when you stole away the keys my heart held onto so tight. Pleasure, pleasure, but a fleeting melody it wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Whoa, whoa. Burning on my heart fire, burn my love away, all away like a bullet of love. Fire, take my life away, all away. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. And if we play this videotape, fire. Wait, okay, wait, hold on. And then she... Oh, she does say whoa twice. Okay, burning on in my heart. Fire. Burning, burn my love away. All away. Like a bullet of love. Fire. Take my life away. Wait. Was there 2 fires? In the lyrics? Burn my love away, all away. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Let me play this again. Sorry. In my heart, fire. Burn my love away. All away. Like a bullet. Love, fire. My life away. All away. Wait. Heart, fire. Burn my love away. All away. Okay, no, never mind. I could've you know... God damn. Okay, I mean we'll have to see. I heard them, Mr. Lettison detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped, and then I heard another gunshot. The smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. This what you have said to have happened is impossible. Let's attack because of this testimony. You know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool. Alright. That was a lot of the testimony. Sheesh. What were you doing then? No? Nothing? And hey Kano, how are ya? Then I heard another gunshot. There are 2 gunshots. One after the other. Yeah. Okay. But what? No one would hope to comment. Hey, Sen, I'm quite tired, I guess. So I'm getting to sleep, but I want to say hi. No, I appreciate Kano. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Have a good night. It is, I'd say, at the time. I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. What were you in a hurry of? To go where? I was on my way to the backstage exit. Why were you in such a hurry then? 나 생각은 그거 문제지 않은 것 같은데? 근데 중요한데? 그 답해주세요. 질문 답해주세요. 너 괜찮아, 라메롤. 네, 저는 그래 그냥 피곤해요. 야, 이발머리. 어제 말했는 거 기억하라. 라메롤은 암니시아 이제 있다. 계속 물어주세요. 그래서 뭐 문제 있나? 뭐 뭐 까먹었나? 우리 그거 찾아야지. 총 싼 거 들어가고 그런데 그런데 요거 써야 되냐? 아니면 I'll just I would have to be paraphrasing. 얘 이름은 그때 얘 이름이 몰랐었습니다. 그런데 네, 얘였습니다. 어제 왔는 사람. 몇 번 말해야 돼. 그거 말이 안 된다고. 그건 어떻게 들을 수 있는지 안 된다. 그러면 그 창문이 문 닫아 있어서? 그것 때문에? 그래. 뭐 다른 거 뭐 얘기하고 있는지 기억이 나나? 할 수 있으면 말해주세요. 뭐 한 번만 뭐 잘 들었습니다. 그거 왜 전에 어제 안 말했어? 그 기억이 잘 할 수 있는데 근데 두려웠습니다. 뭐 말했는지 이해 못했어요. Alright, what did he say? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Lettuce. It's over. Press the switch now. Shooter said this is to the victim, Mr. Lettuce. I have. Yes. From the small, I have to press the switch now. And it was Detective Darian Kristen's voice. Apollo. Maybe when he said press the switch, he really meant to say pull the trigger? I don't know, I don't think so. I know which one, the bomb trigger, yeah. Mr. Lesson, the detective. I know what it was. Okay.
Objection!
Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a switch right here. The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage, where the concert was held. This was found hidden there. On the stage, are you claiming that the voice Lemurora heard was of someone commanding another to press the switch? It's a possibility.
Objection!
Oh, I had forehead. I'm called that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamar's dressing room. Now, Gaviners were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. Shout all you want and not be heard. Frank's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So to have heard, possibly fall short of being heard. Sorry, but I know the exact. You wouldn't have needed to shout exactly. You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on the stage from the dressing room.
Take that!
Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this. Why that's... What? What is it? I feel like everyone just glossed over that item. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device. From what I've heard, that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, actually. They're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple.
Objection!
True, but wait, those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited. Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum. Not exactly, the walk from the stage to the backstage seems far. But the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be. I heard the shooter's voice. He could have been talking to someone on stage.
Objection!
Ha! You're claiming this is the switch in question. Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact. Well, I guess we don't. That until we know where this switch was, there's little point in debating it. Yes, we know where it was. We don't even know what bit. Now it's time. Follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion. It ends up in proof that completely changes this case. We know about this switch, right? We know what it is. Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened. If you have no further... Of course. I've been remiss in not telling this before, but I know what this switch is. Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case. Let's see what evidence do you have to explain what this switch is? Well, I'm gonna do the igniter.
Take that!
Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this? Ah! That's that! Those newfangled phones. No, it's not a phone! God damn it! It's not a phone, man! This is an igniter. Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter? Yes, actually. You aren't saying this switch is a remote. I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you. Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flames. when your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance. Wasn't that part of the stage show, though? Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned. And the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake. Forehead. Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by La Mirror, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire. I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Lettuce and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed, and the guitar caught fire. What's bugging you? Really, it seems pretty simple to me. Oh, God. Forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong. His simple story makes no sense. Think, that night my guitar caught fire, yes? The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. That's exactly when he shot. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated. What if he was shot during the second set? Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's his fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act!
Objection!
What's this? But Detective Emma Sky heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act.
Objection!
Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Machi was in that dressing room at the time. Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony, namely that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. Next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote trigger igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. NANI?! Dude, everyone being shocked about that. It's like, come on, just think about it. What does, Your Honor? This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes? Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics was reversed on purpose. If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes, the shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame. Yeah, Airfour had raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd followed the lyrics the whole way. Yeah. Why would you even follow the fucking lyrics anyway? In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Well, sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning. Contradiction there, Forehead. One I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could La Mirror have heard a voice through it? You're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. What if it wasn't a window? What do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as the remote trigger for either. Leading prosecutor Gavin's famous guitar. That window was closed. Explain this to the court? Yeah, I can explain it. I have a voice. She could have heard during set. She was somewhere else. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, had it been open either. Meaning, it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Ah, it's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Borginian too. As I was saying, La Mirror could not hear the voice through that window. So there can be only one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely. You amuse me so. And here I thought you and in Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now, I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Air Forehead? La Mirror clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. And there is only one small window at the scene. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is? Now look, he wants us to ask him. He wants us to ask him. Yes, please ask me so I can gobsmack you. He claimed La Mirror heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was. La Mirror heard voice from here. Does this count as the vent? Great. I guess it counts. I guess it's this, right? This is where La Mirror heard that voice from. But that's no small window. That's an air vent. What did she tell us? She says she's a Borginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. Ludicrous speed, go! So La Mirror was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice. That's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, Air Forehead. Okay, what about it isn't logical? Ha! It hardly merits saying. Why would La Mirror be in the ventilation system, hiding like a rat? No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, La Mirror? You have been listening to our discussion here, yes? Yes. I admit it had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear through it? I figured our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter. The problem here is words. La Mirror, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room? Not low on a wall? Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What? You will clarify this statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room, and that's where you heard the moment of the crime? Yes, in fact I was. I'm sorry. I never imagined it would become such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? Time for another testimony. I'm not sure I can't. May I remind you that this is a murder trial? We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. Bound to secrecy? You mean... In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold. I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard. That's what the cross-examination is for. Yeah? Flow ahead. Our admission in this court is to discern the truth. Alright, let's do the cross. Bound to secrecy. By... Small window there before it was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I heard. While I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy, she says. Exactly who bound you to secrecy? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say who it was. No, I think perhaps that is alright. It's just a name after all. It was Valiant Gramari. Perhaps you know of him. You mean Uncle Valiant? You don't know who Valiant, a Grand Magician, the one responsible for the illusion performed during our concert. I think I know why she was up there. How do I prove? Yeah, how do I prove it? What do I do? Like, am I supposed to...
Objection!
Ah! I was right! Truth be told, the reason for your presence above that ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance. It's all right here on this video. Oh my god, the 3D rendering is so ass. Also, how does he not feel the heat? Because you see the ignition. Also, she's very skinny. The stage lights are really heating things up too. I love Gavin in the Gavin in the background trying to beat out the fire. See, Lammeror was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lammeror is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view, and during that time, she moved to the back of the forum. It's not nice to reveal magician secrets, but we have to. But I'm a lawyer, I'm not supposed to be nice. How is it possible? There is only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed. He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here, we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage through the backstage to the rear of the decor. Recall Lammeror's testimony from yesterday. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. From the stage to backstage exit. Her part, but she wasn't the only one who knew. Just down the lobby, Machi told me something. I know if I opening vents, I can leave stage and backstage. He said that. Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? I knew about the Vanishing Act, of course. Yeah, I had no idea about the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me? Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know. Which is why he bound Lammeror to secrecy. Well, Lammeror, I'm impressed, Mr. Attorney. Machi was right about you. So, what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling? I did. Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused. Why is that, Your Honor? As I said before. There was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds tops. How could she do it so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice. I like the Magic Girl more than Maya. She's more fun. You know, you and Warlink, too. Warlink loves Trucy much more than Maya. Can the witness explain this to the court? I cannot. Very well, Mr. Justice. It's all up to you. Do your thing. Explain how Lemon was able to teleport like she did. Well, I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater. Oh my god. Stated before, I'm not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail. Bruh. Wait, do you not know who Trucy is? Trucy is Phoenix's daughter. Good luck, Apollo. Good luck, Apollo. No, I know. Oh, okay. The emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side. This means for more than 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice. 2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens. That's my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice. Bruh. Find the contradiction between what La Mirror is saying and what is... Not a chance! Bruh. Also, she's like 15. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. And there one can enter the floor. She isn't accused of 2 murders, but she did forge. Evidence. Oh, also Maya did also get kidnapped. Technically twice. This side of the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Can be done in 1 minute if you're running. In that cramped dark tunnel above the sea. I stopped halfway. Someone else will jump in.
Objection!
I hate to spoil the moon, but I haven't the faintest idea what he's talking about. And neither does he. Confused too there, Apollo. What do you mean? I conclude that I was wrong. What? No! No! What do you mean? It makes sense. It's a different person. Matter best for later. Yeah? Put that forehead of yours. I think the identity of the killer is a little more important, don't you? Maybe she has a twin? No, I think it's Valen. Valen was pretending to be her on stage. No contradiction between Lamar's testimony and the video. I'm not telling. Not even made these polka dog faces, bruh. Okay, I guess I'll press on everything. I walked. What? A vehicle? What? The girl's right, that event was much too small for vehicles.
Hold it!
Everyone on the concert staff know about the trick. Not at all, only a few that were needed to help. What were these stagehands required to do? One needed to open the emergency exit, the door to the stairs is blocked. Went through there. One can enter the floor on the opposite. Huh. When you came back out, you were behind the audience. Valiant. Yes, it would be hard to go so far in only 20 seconds. That's why you didn't go. I have no idea what I'm supposed to present.
Hold it!
I'm thinking I'm thinking she... Oh, wait! What? Oh, wait, no, I can't. Oh, shoot. Here's what I think, chat. I think... I wish I could present... What if I did this? Had the headset. Does that make sense? No, not the headset. Mixing board? No. I'm thinking the mixing board, or... And it can't, it's not the headset. The badge? No! Not the badge! Wait, can I look at this again? I looked it up, it was not her. Let me look at her. Okay, that's her brooch. Come on, let me see her chest. And then nonsense. Ah! Her brooch is gone! Her brooch is gone!
Take that!
Do you happen to remember this brooch? Right, there was a topic of discussion the other, last week too. Saw that yesterday, did we not? Yeah, found the scene of the crime. Bring it. When that was dropped. So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video. You see the brooch there. Here you can see she's wearing the brooch. Let's look over it later. That was an astute observation. Dude, I don't know. I wish I hadn't remembered before, like, earlier. Because I'm pretty sure the brooch is gone! Because, like, I think I saw it last week? I don't know. It should have lingered on my mind, in my mind. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds, and it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can be only one explanation. The lemon roar we see before the vanishing act and the lemon roar we see after are two different people. The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene. And not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Lemon roar, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime? I think I did. From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Hair Judge. I, of course, knew about it. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time. So, I was right. There was a switch. There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, La Mirror was replaced! While we're on the subject, just who was this replacement, La Mirror? Why, the man behind the illusion, Valen Grammari. That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing. The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage. That's right. But this fake La Mirror is still singing. And she's pretty good. She was singing the whole time. They're just playing a recording. Nope. The Gaviners aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fräulein. I mean, I'm wrong. When we play a show live, we play live. No recordings. Perhaps you can explain, La Mirror. Very well. I had to keep singing even while I moved. You were singing? Yes, Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings, so I used this. Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the backstage? Why shouldn't it matter where I sing, when everywhere I go is the same darkness? But if you were singing while you were walking... That's right, wouldn't the shooter and victim have heard? Singing right over their heads, after all. Are you sure? You have to be pretty hard of hearing, but she was singing in the record thing, and everyone had the thing. The speaker. That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. But wouldn't you have feedback when your set is coming up? A large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. A quest, actually. Singing in the ceiling. Sounded just like Lemon Roar singing from over the speaker. I have just remembered something. When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes, it startled me, so I stopped singing. I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice. Forehead, that mixing board I lent you. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Let's take a listen. I feel like the music and the lyrics don't match up. Like, it makes up for a pretty awful song. looked into the at the top of the second verse. Pleasure. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. No, 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 no. The music itself is also... Oh, she said pleasure only once. Yeah, I think... No, I like... The whole melody of the song was kind of awful. I don't believe I've ever seen Trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. Her forehead theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based upon Lammermoor's testimony. It's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant? But you have no proof. All I'm saying is that the truth is as yet unclear until we hear directly from the man himself. He is a friend and band member. Darian Kristen must take the stand. I see no other way. Okay, hold on. Before that, I wonder if we're able to check the mixing board now. Because... Hey! We hear the gunshot. Okay. As a suspect, to be frank. Alright, have him here in bed, ready by the time we begin. Everyone get down, hair forehead has a gun. Bruh. I wonder, wait, I feel, I think, never mind. I'll tell you what I think later. It really happened during the second act, and right in the middle of Lammermoor's performance. Right, she was in that air vent, and that switch and the flaming tar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. Hey, Naru Hobo! Not really. I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than say hi. Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Ah, sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latouche, but only shorter, and not as well dressed. What if you're shot too, Dad? Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Oh, one thing before I go. Good luck. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You get Machi Tobaye off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? He fell down a burning bridge, he'll be fine. Yeah, exactly. He fell down a burning bridge. He got hit in a car accident. He got tased. I don't remember anything else. Well, what else has he had done to him? Darian Kristen won't be even if he did it, especially not under the current court system. Ah. By Von Karma! He's been whipped a bunch of times by Francisca. He's gotten coffee thrown at him. He's been accused of murder. Almost poisoned. I wish I could say actually poisoned, but like I can't remember the time where if he has been poisoned. Has Maya cooked, and has Maya made terrible food, and has Phoenix Wright eaten terrible food? I feel like that's also I feel like that's a thing, that's canon. The case is based on one fragile assumption, namely that our Diva Divine is telling the truth. The brooch and the switch, a piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are the flaming tar too. Anime might have it. We could lack definitive proof to their connection to the case. The sultry songstress is lying. Your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind a faintly singed sense of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky, Emma. Let's see, this bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. Hey! Kinda like, wow! This sounds like the same fucking case, in the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. You know, the one where Gregson dies. And then who was the killer? Oh, it was, who was it? Male Strongheart. And Male Strongheart is the one who killed him. Kazuma Asogi was the one who took the body, right? I think that's how it happened. It's been a while since it has been a while since I've played that game. But Kazuma Asogi, no, Male Strongheart. Who? Oh no, Judge Jigoku. Judge Jigoku was the one who killed him. Who killed Gregson. And he hid out. Who moved the body? Male Strongheart moved the body. So, and then set off the firecrackers. Oh no! It was what's his name? The guy with the talker guy, the yeller. What's his name? He was the former prison guard when Genshin Asuki escaped. Shit, I can't. I'm like drawing a blank. He's the one who took the body, right? He's the one with the lip. Lip Great Ace Attorney. Daily Vigil. Yeah, he was the street vendor. He no, Gossip. That was his nickname, Gossip. And then he got the firecracker from Venus and then put it on the candle and it blew up and making the sound of the gun, and then they rushed in to check the body, and that's when they found Barak Van Ziek's is there, and they got him arrested. Exactly the same. Under the sofa. That's where we found that little device thingy. That's all for me. That's a verdict, maybe. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off. Metaphorically. Just like a magician, normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Truthy. Truthy. Hi, Envy. I like how Phoenix became the law Gandalf. Yeah, basically. This guy is actually not law, like, Judge is not law Gandalf. No matter how much he grooms his beard. He's more like... I don't know, what's his name? Shit. No. Judge would be not the Grima Wormtongue, but the green. No. He's more like Wormtongue's. You know who? Wait, who did Wormtongue seize control of? It was the Riders of Rohan. The king of the Riders of Rohan. The Rohan. Theoden. He's basically Theoden. His heart's in the right place, but he's really kind of like easily swayed. Okay, sorry. Back to the game. In the witness lounge, ready to call at any time. Let's call him. I don't believe any of this. Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. I mean, that's exactly why you should recuse yourself. His guitar playing, it fires my imagination. Hi, NP. But it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Her forehead. Well, very well. Call the final witness. Woohoo! The Darian Crescent. Name and occupation, please. Darian Crescent, Detective Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances in which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, Darian. And don't call me partner. So much for old friends. See what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Ha! The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Emma's guy hear gunshot in the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. I have a lot of things to say to that. And she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she was blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is, you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? You may begin the cross-examination. Can I... In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. What if I told you we can? The blaming on the gunshots is just a lame excuse. Okay. Or it proves what? It proves that there was a mistake in the song, a miscue. So she just flubbed it up big time, that's all. She spins a story about a gunshot to protect a kid and cover for her own goof. And she wasn't sticking to me at the same time. She just flubbed it up? That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. Heh, she got to you alright. I can see it in your eyes. See it in your eyes! Most of her is so pretentious, it's way over my head. Yeah, stroke your dick hair. Let me save real quick. Come on.
Objection!
No! It won't! Oh wait, I presented the wrong thing. That's my bad. I accidentally I accidentally presented the video. When I meant to present the mixing board.
Objection!
Remember this, Detective Kristen? The mixing board? What about it? It seems there was a clear proof left behind. Right here in Lemon Roar's song. Her song! A variety of gramophone, perhaps? Oh my god, this guy's so old. It was used to record the performance part by part. You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lemon Roar's voice included. But what does this prove? According to Lemon Roar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Yes, we examined to... Exactly. How are you supposed to hear the gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage? We were all wearing these headsets. We're all deeply involved in our performances, but Lemon Roar's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. She heard the shots.
Take that!
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? That was bullshit, chat. I think that was BS. Because I heard it exactly.
Take that!
Lemon Roar's vocals. Oh, it's because I wasn't highlighted on number 1. Fuck. That's so dumb. Oh, it sounded like a gunshot. Or the sound was coming over the heads along with her voice. Gavin, you're crazy, man. Crazy. An upstanding prosecutor like you even listening to this weak evidence. Man, you can barely hear that. How do you know it's a gun? You was hard of hearing, Darian. Sounds like a good gunshot to me. Admit it, you lost, Detective Grisham. Okay, so what about the gunshots Detective Sky heard? You heard him too, didn't you? Don't even think about telling me you were mistaken. Were you thinking of telling him that, Mr. Justice? No, Your Honor. Detective Sky and I clearly heard what sounded like gunshots. But they weren't. What? And I have evidence that proves it.
Take that!
Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. The first was this small device. That's the remote-triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. Something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. Huh? How did Gavin know about this? What? You think Detective Sky works for you? I received a report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial, just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been 2 firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. Haha, you got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a little bit too convenient to me. How so? So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off right when 2 witnesses came walking by? Haha! If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one else to hear, you get my drift? Why go through that trouble, man? Well, I do have evidence. You may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. Show any weaknesses and he's sure to find it. Now look it, partner? Gee, thanks, man. That reminds me, I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself, and I saw something odd there just before the third set. A headset, the kind of all the band and staff members were wearing. That's right. In front of the door of that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you were out on stage. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. In any case, I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lemon testimony was true. Grah! So she was done about what she heard? Yeah. It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latif. There was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Kristen, you were on stage during the second set. You could have done it. Lemon was moving through the air vents, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then as she passed over to the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latif's life was taken. Once again, I am reminded of something. Our performance that day. Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Haired Forehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem, Akata. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead! And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Yeah. Second guitar. It was you, Darian! I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well, You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Lettuce's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder, if you're an amateur. Wait, you mean his plane was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? Ha! You're forgetting something. I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training. Plenty of it. I'm no amateur. Standard sidearm issue to a police officer is a 38 caliber weapon, a much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Lettuce, which suggests there was a struggle between the killer and the victim. The killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? The thought had occurred to me, yes. Does the witness have anything to say to this? What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey you, attorney. Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a 45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. Arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. Oh boy. He's an annoying little rat. With a dickhead. You want to kill that manager. You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive. First trip to this company, how could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? According to our records, yes, not even once. Alright. I feel like I feel like I can do this without pressing. Chat. Let me save just in case.
Objection!
No! It won't let me. I've already deduced it, but it won't let me. Ah!
Hold it!
That big lunk is an undercover cop, you dig? Not a very good one, seeing as he's got wasted. That's not something you laugh about, Darian. Not that it matters either way, but and no reason to kill the man, whatever he was. Easy, I got none. Maybe this one?
Hold it!
He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own.
Hold it!
I guess I'll just have to press everything. Just making sure. Even if this was Miss Liz's country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs? Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. We don't like each other. Oh, he doesn't. He's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country, bruh. My division has plenty of work to do locally as well. I see.
Hold it!
Didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? As if anyone wants to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. It doesn't matter. You see. If I didn't know him, if I didn't, you sure about that? You should I show them one in wild accusations? I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what. Oh, Bread, I just remembered. He's also had been hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. Okay, let me save again. Game 2, case 1. He was hit by a fire extinguisher.
Objection!
Bro, that's the same thing as statement number 1! That was the same thing as statement number 1! What the fuck? What it is evidence. Don't like it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. Sobriety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else. It does, yeah. That you can make, well, silk out of. Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. It's most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It's the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia. Such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. Several years ago, where some of these got out into the black market, caused quite the commotion in the global community. Oh, that's why. All this has led to a strict ban on cocoons export. I see. Rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others. The victim, Romain Lettuce, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, I'm referring to him as a manager. That is misleading. Romain Lettuce wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. He smuggled this gumball into the country. So that's what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. So I was going to sell it on the black market, making myself a pretty penny. Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Why? Another testimony about the smuggling of Cocoon's business? Another testimony. Why can't I just answer straight out? Interpol's all hot and bothered about him. Can't sell him on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, Cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal. One of these Cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Lettuce undercover. No way am I going to risk my life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty Cocoon money. You're not out for the money. Underground organization would be risky. Why not just ask them for the cure itself, and then just give it to him? It's not like you need the cocoon. You need to process the fucking cocoon. That's the dumbest reason to even smuggle that shit out. Because they said it themselves. If you make a mistake, you turn it into a poison. Just ask them to make the fucking. Hi. Sorry, my cat's just sitting on the floor looking at me. Just ask them to make the fucking cure and then just take it. It's not like the cure itself is fucking banned. It's the cocoon themselves, and you can't even get the cure from the cocoon. You could turn it into poison if you do it wrong. And I'm sure they have the cure as well, probably. Okay, but what if you weren't doing it for the money? Why not choose a less dangerous buyer? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? That's about the Chief Justice's. A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incuritis. I've heard that last summer. You went to visit him! Ha! Why? That's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You're insane. Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice. Chief Justice would never deal in contraband. Not even to save his own son's life. But even if the deal went through, why, it'd be an international scandal. That's why you smuggle it! That's Detective Crescent's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice. First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Or the buyer. Why a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. Ugh. Don't let sleaze over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we are informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination.
Objection!
But not the guitar. It was like special wrapped. Actually, there is one way. One way to get something out of the country. No checks. You become a prosecutor. I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like La Mirror. How did it end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it. So the guitar is from Virginia. That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood, so we vacuum packed it in Lemonroy's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched? Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was with cocoons this small? It would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle cocoon out of Virginia. Hi, Sunshine. Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right? Work? Good memory there, Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this, in fact. An igniter, exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? You mean... He means this, of course. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use Piggy Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band. Bruh, he went flaccid right then and there. So the igniter was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution. Precaution? Ah, their forehead. At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lammermoor's ballad, if you please. First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler. Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. It's over. Press the switch, now. The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then... Mr. Latouche died, with Lemonroy there to witness it. There's your case. Brilliant, man. Detective Crescent, I gotta know. You make all that up on the fly? For a made-up story. It makes a great deal of sense, Darian. The Republic of Virginia. Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Ha! Let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help. A Virginian accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lammermoor heard proved it. It's over. Press the switch, now. You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage. But who was it? And for once I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him. Great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. I believe there's different dialogue if you accuse certain people. Who was the smuggler's accomplice? Oh wait, the judge isn't even here. I wonder what would happen if I blame Trucy. I'm not gonna guess. There's only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. And that person is the defendant, Machi Tobae. But Mr. Justice, he's your client! Defense attorney accusing his client, that's a new one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Lettuce. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime. Defendant is Borginian, he does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact La Mirror? It couldn't have been. The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor. Recall that this remote only works at a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless. Now think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, La Mirror was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent. Well, looking at this, it seems that La Mirror could have done the deed. Nope. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than showed here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and the La Mirror stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from La Mirror's position in the air vent. Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that? Your Honor, could we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time. What? There. Too bad, so sad, punk. What? Let's leave, then kid, now punk. What? We're supposed to see in this video. The problem isn't what we see, correct, Darian? It's what you hear. You're musicians, after all. Can you explain for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off that igniter? That's right. Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay, well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. I wonder... That was weird. But yeah, okay. Just fine. And that's the problem. Man, you still don't get it. Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva. According to you, she couldn't have been accomplice, could she? Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press a switch. But that's where we found the switch comes in. Can I press the switch? We all make mistakes sometimes. No, I can't be wrong. No, it makes sense. No, it's just something's odd about the performance there. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Yes. Come on, think back, man. Remember where you found the switch. There you go. Yes, I'm sure. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor. Yeah, let's listen to the piano part, around the time when the switch has to be pressed. Right before the guitar bursts into flame. But, doesn't it sound kind of simple? I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machin could have played that part with one hand? You don't need one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other. What, you're some kind of piano savant? Actually, no. Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy. Yeah, you got something? Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist. Could he? Oh, Daddy? He can play a part like that even if he had 3 hands. So sorry. So sad for you. No, not really. Huh? That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always a hard way. Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or 2? You can't. I admit it'll be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? The clue is what Prosecutor Gravin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No. No way. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flame. One section of the song proves it. Number 4. Wait, hold on. Number 4 was the... Oh man, if I pause it, it'll... Oh, okay.
Take that!
That's the section? Afraid I don't hear it. What's your opinion as artist, Prosecutor Gavin? It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics are outstanding. There isn't a problem? What? First half of the second verse, right? I know. I just need to find a place to compare it to that. If you'll give me one more chance, I think I can find it. Oh wait, whoops. Wait.
Take that!
What? Oh my god. First half of the second verse. Wait, what did he? Okay. Oh, there.
Take that!
What? First half of the second verse. I just need to find a place to compare it to that. I don't hear it. I'm not. It's been a while since I played music, so I'm not very musically inclined anymore. What if it was before?
Take that!
Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you realize by now. Okay, I was right. Okay. Just what it was that sounded odd to you. As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Hair Forehead. Realize what? I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody phrase. Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing? You're right, enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we? The guitar burst into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot, in the first verse. Let's pay attention to "Oh, that night in your embrace." Ah, play verse 2 again. Ah, Judge, you're catching on. There, did you hear that? They feel the same, true. But they're clearly very different. What? Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has a high and low notes. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure. What's that prove? I would think you know that by now. This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses had different arrangements. Happens all the time. Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. Oh, that was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I asked myself. Now ask yourselves why Machi changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch! Yeah, stay flaccid! It ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin. Yes, quite. Though, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. What, no comeback? I can't believe it, I finally did it! I shut him up! Very well, barring an objection from the prosecution, I'll now state the court's opinion on this matter. Good show, sleaze. No, great show. It's not over? I don't like it when he looks so happy. You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Air for it. Huh? Me? Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts, anyone can see it was him. Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it. But, 1,000 facts might point towards the same conclusion. But without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system. What? I don't believe it. It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to prove that. Oh, I think if he did, we already would have seen it a long ways back. It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation. What? What?! The truth is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Apollo, remember what Daddy said? It won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside of him. Find Darian Crescen's igniter and set it off. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter. I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I got to find a weak spot in the sky. Something fatal. So, can I get back to work now or what? It may look like I got a lot of time in my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney. Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without a decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go. Every man has an igniter. Huh? Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes, good guitars that get dry, is why. That provides the best sound. Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. What? Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good. Go for it, Apollo. What, and this igniter's supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry, and I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Herr Forehead, you are accusing this man, Darian Crescent, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Lettuce, and the smuggling of a Borginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud, is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Then, let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darien Crescent. This is really my last chance. The key that will take apart Darien Crescent's plan is... call a witness? Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. Huh? So what is? It's true that I couldn't show decisive evidence, but perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. You mean, a witness. Proving his guilt is a tall order, but I've got just the person to do it.
Take that!
The one person who can prove Darien Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Machi Tobae. Your client, again! Machi Tobae was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darien Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is a real criminal in this case. Also, it would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latouche was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would no doubt also find inside the burnt-out guitar. Ha! Very scientific of you. Thus, if Machi Tobae acknowledges his agreement with Darien Crescent concerning the attempted smuggling of a Virginian cocoon, the case is solved. Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. Why not? The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything, especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling. Yeah, see? Would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. It is the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. How? Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. Ah, the victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia, and they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Virginian cocoon. Yeah, but if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Virginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi Tobae. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan. Machi Tobae knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Yeah, no plead the fifth here. Don't worry, there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion? Real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? Or no, a mouse made out of pianos? Come on. Please! Don't! Talk! Oh, okay. I didn't know where that conversation was going. Time for your circumcision, bitch. Darien, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked. I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession. Uh-oh, he's laughing again. There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. Well, have you been listening to today's trial? Yes, and you'll tell this court everything. I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew. From beginning, I knew. Machi. Situation. I cannot explain, but money. I needed. Very much money. Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in the court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However, it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard. Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobae. Yes, I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And, with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Latis, this court is prepared to announce a verdict. Ah! He took off his glasses! Ah, he's a pretty boy. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth. That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Machi Tobae. Yippee! Court is adjourned. Yippee! July 10. Still July 10. 5 days ago. I wonder what'll happen to Machi. Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well. I owe you both my thanks. La Mirror. Mai, is something wrong? I'm sorry, Machi was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do. Yet, something got a hold of him, something evil. I see that. He must pay for what he has done. Is that now how it should be? I'm still sorry. Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I'm considering an eye operation. It was my suggestion, actually. You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny, I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. According to the doctor, Lamiror lost her sight to some kind of accident. An accident? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared. You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth. If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting. Painting? That's right, she's the landscape painter in sound, after all. I will paint the two of you, I promise. Whew, can't wait, Lamiror. I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Wright? But, for what? Reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. Right, your secret mission. Apollo, Trucy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet, me too. And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on, until it came to an end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But, there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad, have them catch the killer at the end. That's cute. Alright. Okay. Here's a quick question. Should we go through with this one? Should we start episode 4 and stream after like 30 minutes or so? And then come back to it next week? Or I could end stream now and start the episode next week. It's up to y'all. I think I'm gonna ping my friend who's a big fan of the Ace Attorney games. for a little bit, or should I wait for next week? Question mark. Also, poor Beppo, man. He was a carriage driver, and now he's like, he's a freaking. He became demoted to sandwich. That's what happens if you try to if you take uh if you what the blah, blah, blah. If you take bribes, man, people will find out. Um, 6 Napoleons. His nickname comes from the fact that he wears a sandwich board. The role of Sandwich was conceptualized as a brand new character. However, due to circumstances, art director Kazuya Nuri suggested combining the character with Beppo, proposing that this could be his new job after losing his job to the events of the Adventure of the Runaway Room. That's funny. Wait, his name is Beppo. Kazuya Nuri Sandwich. Oh, he was originally going to be a completely new character, but due to circumstances, I suggest that we merge him with Beppo from Adventures. That's funny. I figured this could happen over the omnibus incident, and so mixing elements of what was to be a new character with his old self, Beppo was reborn, sort of. Oh wait, maybe I'll ask someone who's in call right now. Hello?
What's up?
I'm on stream right now, but I have a question to ask you.
Huh?
I am playing Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
Okay, should I play the beginning of episode 4 and then for a little bit and then play it again next week, because I know I'm definitely not gonna take this might take like 2 or 3 weeks to play, or should I wait until next week to play the whole to start playing it?
Oh, but it would be uninterrupted?
I mean, it would still take me another week.
Yeah.
What's the yeah? Because
yeah, it would still take another week.
Yeah, I mean, it could take 2 weeks. It could take 3 weeks. Because this is the last chapter of this game. So usually it's like as the grand finale, it takes like such a very long time. It could take 2 or 3 streams to do it.
Yeah. I would go ahead and do it. It's gonna take about the same time anyway, right?
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Okay. All right. We'll play a little and then we'll end stream. And that is the whole truth of this case. Okay. Mason system. Haven't we seen this before? The Mason system? Ah, the BP. Wait, yeah, blood pressure, heartbeat. Oh, now he's dead. In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years. Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. And now, You stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story. Oh! Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours. Hi, hey, Kristoff. Wow. It's in October now. Hey, Apollo, look, on TV. Look, look. Yeah, I'm kind of busy. Oh, look at that. He's Alaska Mario, right? Amazing. Hi, Dunby. Apollo, you should be watching this. Ow, ow, what? What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Wires are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know? I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now, I'm working wowing the crowd by figuring out how La Mirror disappeared. That's right, Uncle Valen did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now. I was just getting to the good part. I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. Sorry, I'm hearing like a loud noise. What you're not seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Gaviners concert was. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here. Right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary troupe Grammari is performing for the first time in 7 years. Choose rules were still alive. He'd be on that stage to perform. Can you, here's your, oh, cool, thanks. Ah, you're here. Working hard or hardly working. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, how have you been? Hi there, stranger. Looks like for my own kid. Though he has been gone a long time. Oh, I know why it was making a loud hum noise. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you. You love pudding. Farm fresh pudding! 3 whole cups! Goddamn! She's being spoiled! Well, I'm beat. That's right, Daddy, you're on a top secret mission. Hold on, do I have any pudding cups left? No, I don't. I ate them all. Sag. You got to take it easy with the secrets, you know. Alright, you are. So, you still can't tell us what your mission is. Maybe it is time. It has something to do with you, anyway. Huh? With me? Oh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission, too. Why? Can I just be a To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the Juris system, yes? The Juris system? That's right, the new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? Huh? Maybe. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The Juris system, huh? So, Daddy, what's this Juris system thing? Sorry, I'm being distracted by my cat who's, using the scratching post. Isn't that those people who sit in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who have to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty. Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling the new system Juris system. No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurors cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. Ah, and there will be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo. Our findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show. Starring Dr. Wright. Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo. The perfect team. Mascot? Hey! So, what is this secret mission? The jury system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like the system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and nothing gets decided. Kinda like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as an example, and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process, incidentally. Helping how? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the Jury System Simulated Court Committee. The chair constructs the ideal situations, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, even the judge and the courtroom. Wow, it's like you have a real job. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it's the first run-through of a new system, I wanted something simple. Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious. True. The case of the murder. That's not simple at all! By simple, did you mean that the defendant is guilty? Yes, most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you. Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyway, no sweat. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in a worst case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial. All the forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I only hearing about this now? Ah, yes, there was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Huh? Something that happened last night. Hey, Apollo. I know you're all excited about that secret mission, but what about this? The Troop Grimari's grand magic show. Huh? Oh, right, the card tricks. They're not card tricks! They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse, heaven and earth will be shaken. Again, so what? That's 3 whole days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum, let's go today! We can say hi to Uncle Valen. Have fun. What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing. Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow, regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me. Yippee! Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum. I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Ah, Grimari. That reminds me. What's this, Daddy? Isn't that Silk Hat the Grimari seal? Consider it a birthday present, Trucy. Thanks, it's great. But today isn't my birthday. Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics present. Yippee! So it's plastic. I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So what is it? Can I open it, Daddy? No. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then? Because he might not be there until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. What about an envelope about the Grimaris, huh? Now, looky here. Handwritten signature. It says... I can't read it. I mean, isn't a signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it? Isn't it enough if you can read your own? I know, I never thought about it that way. Okay, I guess. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes, of course. This is just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, as it were. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose damn idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good. That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved in the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial, all of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo, if I am in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility, for good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk. All time's a wasting. God damn it. Well, let's go talk to our client, I guess. That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes. Maybe I should complain. I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand here pretending he doesn't see us. You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and they're standing right behind you. Oh, guard! Is our client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? Where'd you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat. I'm nervous, Apollo. It's the silence. It builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you? That's right, okay. Oh my god, that scared me. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nope. Nothing. Thud? What? Did she collapse? She passed out! Miss Magic underwear might have been a better bet. Magic panties, Apollo. Okay, I don't think she's gonna talk to us. What if... Okay, never mind. Well, we're gonna move. We're gonna move on. To the Coliseum. Oh no, the thing is gone. This is it. Oh, the place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valen. How about the case? Wow! Only a performer laughs like that. The young Miss Trucy. How often I hope we meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream. Uncle Valen, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too. Of course you are. Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you. Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show. Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as the ones I shall perform. The world will watch in wonderment as magnificent illusions are reborn. Here, on stage, by my hand. Everyone talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grammarian Miracle is back after a 7-year absence? Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his. Aww. My co-magician in training, Zach Grammari. If that terrible thing hadn't... It's okay. Father was a great magician, Trucy. If you were alive, then I, Valen Grammari, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant. Thanks, Uncle Valen. You know, I'm happy you're doing this show. To think, we get to see the great magnificent illusions again. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? My mentor, the magnificent Grammari, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations. So little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound. That memory was a bit embellished. For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Grammari Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How can I help you? The world was waiting. Why did you hold off for 7 long years? It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land. I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magnifie's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more. Pretty sure it like to prop up something, doesn't it? Yeah. And why was that? A little matter called performance rights, Mr. Trucy. Can you tell us about these performance rights? Magnifie's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea. A trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such was protected by property laws. Intellectual property, maybe? Magnifie knew this and bequeathed it in his will to one person. You mean him? Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Grammari was the inheritor of the Grammari miracle. Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly, 7 years ago. I think I see where this story is going. Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time. Oh, they're considered legally deceased, correct? In all absoluteness, those rolled up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years. Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifie passed to me. This was, in fact, stipulated in the will by Magnifie himself. Is that how it works, Apollo? Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing, permanently. Oh, okay. I was wondering if you could tell me about this. Aha! Why, that bears the Grammari seal! Uncle Valent, is something wrong? Trucy, where did you get this? Huh? Daddy gave it to me. Your daddy, my partner, no, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright. Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy, that's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit. This signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Grammari. What? Daddy signed this? Might I be so bold as to open it? I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder? Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. No! I don't want it. I don't want it to disappear, please. Okay. Well. I did my fair share of that back in the day, showed my attorney's badge a lot too. I didn't. Okay, but he won't talk about it, what we learned? Okay. Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know. And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Oh my god, stop it! No flirting! So, what's your name? Oh, right, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. Bruh. Tell us what happened. Please. Nothing? Start to ask directions? Yep, oh well. What? Our nails... I think that's important. Why did she... Could you read this? Sure. It's a business card with a name and an address. The name is Vera Mission. Drew Studio. Okay. And you're giving me this card because that's you. That's her, obviously. Well, looks like we're finished. Joey Drew Studios, the one about Bendy and the ink machine? This looks like this art studio. Hey, look, it's a pufferfish. Looks like we found our crime scene. All right, let's look at them. Oh, is that the story about the old couple that found a child in a peach? I believe I've seen this one. I've heard this one. Art doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Interesting. I thought I might find you two here. Hi, Emma. Seems like I run into you far too often. I bet I know why you're here, too. And about the trial simulation tomorrow? I heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh? We don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Mission. And his daughter was put under arrest. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It's funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who would commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning. That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snack goose. We better find out as much as we can here at the scene, or else. Talk to us about the victim. Tell us about this. Apparently, did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. I had a lot of female fans. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh. He was an odd bird, hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. He was always locked up here in the studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he put in that letterbox. Oh. Couldn't stand technology. Everything by mail. Interesting, thank you. The only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. A suspect. Please. Interesting. Last night, Mr. Mission gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. During the interview. Oh. Tell us about Vera. Okay, is Drew Misham a forger? Drew Misham. And Vera is the real one. Vera, meaning real, like veracity and stuff. Interesting. Not precisely. Interesting, okay. Tell us about the night of the crime. Came into the studio, make for good hours. He died the night of his first interview. Yeah. Drinking because he went violently ill and died. Huh. Here, Mr. Mission, why don't you go check me out some equipment in the back of the room. Reporter never got near Mr. Mission. Huh. Okay. Well, let me examine. Oh, there's so many things to examine, bro. No traces of poison were found in the coffee. Huh. No trace of poison was found on backup. Interesting. There's another painting. Come on, let's look at it. Huh. It's the same thing. Doesn't it look exactly like this? Okay, I guess we won't talk anymore about it. Okay, cool. Or Mr. Drew has when he put the coffee mug to his lips. Next moment. Yeah, look. Outside, okay. So rights not in this day and age. I mean, people still do. Okay, I think that's this side of the area done. I have like 20 kinds of bread. Oh boy, I get to look at the desk. Pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to steam. It melts and it opens. Huh. Letter is from 7 years ago. That might be worth looking into. I won't do that. I'm just gonna observe all of this and end stream. He didn't write the name of the killer? No, it's new. He didn't write a single line. That thing is barely 2 inches high. What a fish. That might be important. That might be an important clue. Hey, look. You're making one of your flamboyant objections. Okay, I think that's done in this area. What about the computer? Everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Metal ones on wood too. He hasn't used this stuff for years. Huh. It costs like 50 bucks. Just make your own trick point. Just saw it in half. Drafting table. Interesting. Is that everything? Okay, that's all the evidence gathered for now. We'll end it. We'll end stream here. Oh, we can talk more about forensic science. Ah. I suppose just this once, bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Okay. Well, that's a lot of evidence gathering, chat. And I think that's a good thing to end it on. Alright. Oh. And I wish they did that. Alright. Yeah, this is the last chapter, chat. I see Valent, Grimari, Phoenix, Wright, Drew, Vera Misham. But, hey, that's for next time. Let's find someone to raid. Today is the 15th. Well, 15th we rated Chatty Cathy. Sophia is streaming, and we rated Sophia like a month ago, more than a month ago. So we'll rate her. It says that she's just chatting, but she's actually playing Honkai Star Rail. Here's our raid message. Yeah, here's our raid message, and if you're a sub, here's the alternate raid message. Copy, paste on her stream, give her your love and support and all that jazz. I hope everyone has a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and as always, please remember to take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next stream. Alright, bye-bye! Oh, good stretch, kitty. Oh my god, I just realized what Matt on Guard's